Hi, my name is John DeLong, and this is my introduction speech. We don't always smile in every season, but when we do, majority of the times, it's because God is the reason. This quote by Cardinal Dunlap was the key part of my life since I was a toddler. My really religious mother was all about Christianity and raised us in that manner. We were taught all the scripture and were instructed to abide by it. We were told that God is love and God has a plan for us. At first, I believed this all my heart. I lived by it every day. I was incredibly active in the church. I attended several mission trips. I was high up on the worship team. I put myself in every situation possible so that no one would know my deep dark secret. Because I knew if the secret was discovered, I would be condemned, discriminated, and shunned from my family and religious peers. When I was younger, I always knew I was different. I never felt like I fit in with males or my peers in general. Even when I tried, it was very awkward and forced, and I was never happy with it. Instead of befriending them, I was attracted to them. And being a boy in 6th grade and being attracted to a guy in a Christian school is scary. Because I knew I was told that being gay, you would go to hell. And that was my teaching, and that was my life till my senior year of high school. I was greatly depressed. I felt like I never was myself. I secluded myself from a lot of people. And even when I was friendly, it was never really me. It was the person that I put myself out to be because of who I was raised in. My mom, she's a very good mom, but was very traditional. She wanted to be a grandma so bad. She would always talk to us about getting married, having kids, but waiting until marriage to have sex because that was the Christian thing to do. And so, because I loved her so much and my family so much, I had to fight this because I was flawed, and I felt like I wasn't an adequate man. As high school continued, I was even more depressed, but I played sports and I was continued to be involved in church. I was keeping me busy, kind of helped suppress my emotions and my urges as well. I continued my church expedition. I continued to go to mission trips. I continued to worship. I continued to pray and try to find an answer to solve this homosexual problem I had. Every day I prayed to change. Every day I prayed, why am I like this, God? Why am I like this? Why was I given this struggle? And every single day I would always pray to change. I would always pray to be normal. I would always pray to be heterosexual. Because I knew it would be awful if people found out. My senior year of high school, I felt like that was I had my strongest relationship with Christ. I was given several leadership positions. I was going on all these mission trips, and I was like, this is going very well. Hopefully God will change me this year. And he did change me, but in a whole different way than what I thought. When I first met Kyle, I was completely and utterly confused because I was attracted to him and drawn to him, but my religion was telling me, don't go near him, it's wrong. People are going to find out, you're going to be shunned. But I couldn't stay away because I felt like this was finally the moment where I felt complete and finally myself. It was that aha moment where everything just made sense and I was finally happy. My mom, she was very suspicious, but when I told her that I was just trying to convert him, she backed off. But being the mom that she was, she went into my phone and found a text message from him telling us of the date we were going on to the movies that week. And all hell broke loose. She hounded me with questions, kept asking me, are you homosexual? Are you gay? And I told her I was. And those days were the darkest days of my life. The house was very heavy, very depressing. I never wanted to be home. My parents would not look at me, would not talk to me, told me they still loved me, but you could tell something was different. And then they decided to take care of the problem. They put me into reparative therapy counseling and told me that if I did not attend this counseling, that I was not allowed to live at the house. So I started my counseling, I believe, in February. And I went into this room with this lady. She was a former lesbian, and started to counsel me on my same-sex attraction. Now that's what they called it. They call it a same-sex attraction. They don't call it being gay or homosexual. It's called a same-sex attraction because it's believed that your attraction can be reversed to a heterosexual attraction. Now, when I asked her, how long will these attractions last? How long will I be like this? Because I still had this, inkling to want to change. And she said, it takes 7 to 8 years. So when I was 18, I was 26 years old when I would change. And I was like, okay. So I gave the therapy a chance. I attended sessions with my mom, my dad, and me, and my sister as well. And we were told that my attraction stemmed from not having straight friends, not having a good relationship with my father, and molestation when I was younger. Now, I was molested when I was younger, but I had a lot of straight guy friends with deep connections. And my father's relationship, it was rocky, but it was never distant. It was just he worked a lot and I never saw him. Now, I attended this for 6 months. I continued to be depressed. I continued to have the urges. I continued to be homosexual. And I quit. I stopped. And my relationship with my family got worse and worse. I was incredibly unstable, kicked out several times, and homeless. I was in several abusive relationships. I had no stability, no ground, nothing. And that's when I decided to join the military. Now, I was scared to death when I joined because the military is portrayed as this heterosexual, strong, dominant, a-personality culture where homosexuals were not welcome, or so I thought. Now, when I entered into boot camp, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed while I was in boot camp. So I came out to my division, I came out to my class, I came out to my whole entire command. Because I didn't want to be something I was not. And I was completely and utterly accepted everywhere I went. I've never received any discrimination in the military. And I was happy, I was complete. I felt like this was the right thing to do. And I am currently married to a very, very, very good man. I'm incredibly happy. I live with him in Orange County. And my family is still not supportive. They're still religious. But I am hoping one day that that will change. And I am hoping that we can have that connection we had. And hopefully a real connection. Because that connection we had before was not real. It was something that I was portraying myself to be for them. And I'm hoping that one day I could be a part of their family again. But be me.